Call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call for a motion for the acceptance of the minutes of the April 20, 2022 special meeting.
Move.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Public forum for this evening? No one. Move on to reports and correspondence and information. I have nothing. Board membership? John?
Yes, Mr. President, I just want to say that we're having a meeting coming up with the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame induction will be held on October 15th of this year. And we've got several games surrounding or right after the Hall of Fame induction. There's a football game and 2 soccer games to follow later in the afternoon and in the evening. And I spoke with the superintendent, maybe getting the student council to make a day of it or something like that, where, you know, we could get into having a bigger event and things like that. We'll be announcing the inductees within the next month and making the contacts to have it. And we anticipate having a large turnout for that because there's a team going in as well. So it should be good. Again, I'd just like to invite the public that anybody that has a nomination for Hall of Fame candidate, please submit them to the athletic director's office. And, you know, there's a continuous recruitment for nominations. The committee just picks the best of the best. We don't pick the people that go in, and, you know, so the nominations come in and they're judged on their merit and people can be put in. And we've had a pretty successful 3 or 4 years with that. So we'll be moving with that, but it's October 15th, I believe is the date, and be more information forthcoming.
Thank you. Any other board members for this evening? If not, we'll turn to our student representative, Julia Connor.
Hi. So for our student events coming up on May 11th, the Honor Society induction ceremony will be tomorrow at 6. For our honors banquet, it will be May 12th at 5. On May 13th, there's going to be an art show at the Hunt Memorial Building. And then May 17th, the senior high spring concert at 7. And then the 19th will be the junior high spring concert. And then on the 20th of May, 8th grade is going to Six Flags for their trip. And then the 25th Key Club Health Fair will be held in the high school gymnasium. And then June 2nd is Junior Senior Day at the prison grounds. And then June 5th is the senior prom. That is not correct. June 17th is the senior prom at West Hills Country Club. And then the Heat versus Suns staff basketball game raised over $4,000 for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society.
That's great.
And then on April 23rd, Earth Day Clean Up Ellenville on April 24th was a success. Many students and staff members came to help us celebrate Earth Day and pick up trash around the village. And the UC SPCA pet drive was a huge success as well. Student council collected 2 huge boxes of pet supplies. And then May 6th, the assembly, Dr. Mikey Fowlin was amazing and had great feedback from our students regarding the assembly. He hoped that all students will leave his performance with that wonderful awakening feeling of beauty. The one was within oneself and beauty within others, and celebrating the differences and acceptance of others. So for athletics, boys varsity track has won their past 2 dual meets against Onteora and Highland. 3rd place in the small schools division as a team against the Tri-Valley Invitational. Nicholas Jones-Bertoni has recorded a personal best high jump with a height of 6 feet. Landon Hempt has recorded a season best in the mile with a 4-minute and 47-second mile. Nathan Town has recorded a personal best in the discus with a throw of 104 feet. For varsity baseball, Alex Dueck pitched a no-hitter against Liberty in the Tri-Valley Baseball Classic tournament on the 30th of April, and that qualified us for playoffs in Class B. Ellenville defeated Liberty 13-0. And then for boys tennis, They look forward to seeing at least one or possibly two of their players compete in the Mahal tournament this Saturday. The player that already qualified is our first singles player, 9th grader Alan Ibrick. And then for girls and boys track, both the girls and boys track team have had a successful week, both teams winning their dual meets against Highland dominant fashion, with the boys winning 88-44 and the girls winning 87-36. Over the past weekend, the teams competed at the Tri-Valley Invitational, with both teams placing in the small division school. The girls outscored all the teams, clinching first place, while the boys finished a solid third place. Individual event winners included Amelia Benjamin and Nick Bertoni, both in high jump, and Rachel Cataldi in the hammer throw. The teams will compete today at Walk-Hill and preparing for the Mahal Championship on the 21st of May and Section 9 Championship on May 23rd. And right now for fundraisers, the class of 2022 is doing discount cards. The class of 2023 is doing the Krispy Kremes. My mom has already asked about those. Key Club is doing the hygiene product drive May 3rd through the 25th. Student Council is selling Blue Devils merchandise. And the Environmental Club is doing eco-friendly items. And that is what's going on.
Thank you very much for that
You're
in-depth
welcome.
report. John?
Yes, Julia, it's obvious that you're a student that's involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. I just want to let you know, on the board, we've talked ad infinitum about ways to get more involvement from the kids. And of course, coming out of this dreaded pandemic, it's been very difficult. But thank you for that report, because I think it just shows there's still a tremendous amount of events and activities going on in our district. And hopefully it'll get more people to get involved. And thank you. And we always want to support fundraisers. So I don't know what my colleagues will choose, but I'd be more than happy to help with the Krispy Kreme fundraiser myself. I'll make that sacrifice.
Any other board? Any other board members? Okay, we'll move on. Superintendent Lisa Wiles.
Just a few things this evening. Big reminder that the budget vote's coming up a week from today. It will be in the High School Media Center here from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The polls will open at 8 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. The budget newsletters are out. People have received them. We've gotten feedback. Just a point of clarification for everyone, those budget newsletters come out close to the budget date. We don't like to send them out too early in advance. We want people to have that information as the budget vote nears. You can find the full budget detail on the website. We have put a new place on the front page of the website where you can link right at the top to get all the details in the budget. If you want a paper copy, that can be found at the central office or the business office. You can call Mr. Napoli or my office and we can get that to you. This budget, it's important to note, maintains all of our programs, adds additional support for our students and programs. And most importantly, it comes in below the cap. So we are below the New York sales tax cap at about 3% on the tax cap and about approximately 3% on the budget also. So I just wanted to point those facts out. You will also see that there's a second proposition for Capital Reserve Fund. Some neighboring districts are putting those up also, and that's so when you receive unanticipated revenues from state aid and such, or other things, you can reserve that so that when you go to do an additional capital project, you have some local share to reduce the amount of the impact of a capital project on taxpayers. So there's a proposition for that too. So two propositions, one for the budget, one for the Capital Reserve Fund. Julia mentioned earlier about the art show. It does start on Friday. There will be a session on Saturday and on Monday. If you go to the website, it'll give you the times. It's at the Hunt Memorial Building. I really encourage everyone to get out there. Kids do a phenomenal job on presenting their art, and really a big shout out to the art teachers that have been doing an incredible amount of work to get that together. It's really a treat. We did have a meeting with the town and village officials and the county officials regarding the pool report. The gist of the meeting is that the county and the town and the village were all trying to find some grant opportunities and look at different options there might be with regard to the pool. So those conversations will be ongoing, and we're looking for different funding mechanisms so we can support making those modifications. I do want to point out that the Alumni Newsletter is out. Mrs. Steinhoff has provided copies to everybody. That has been mailed out to the public, to the alumni members that are subscribed. Anyone can join for $10 a year. But the alumni, it's a great reporting of what they're doing in support of scholarships for our students and many different program supports like our music programs. And that's all I have this evening.
So I just want to touch upon the budget. I was a little taken back when I read that, there was an editorial that said that our budget is in secrecy, and it's not. Our budget is very much out in the open. We have meetings here to discuss the budget in depth. We have all our administrators, all our program directors come down here. It is televised. It is easily reachable on the website. When you go to it, every budget meeting, every budget workshop that we've had is there. I take offense to the fact that it was said that it's in secrecy. That is the furthest thing from the truth, and I think it needs to be corrected that we have been more than transparent with our budget, and we will continue to be transparent. There is no need for secrecy when transparency overrides that. That's all I'm going to say. Wayne?
No, you said it. I don't have to.
For the record, Mr. President, our budget was on our website under the heading budget.
Yes, correct.
I also wanted to ask Lisa a question, if I might.
Yes.
Lisa, the discussion about the pool is still ongoing, or are we all in?
I think it's a funding question. So I think coming up with $3 to $4 million is a challenge for all the municipalities, but the county is in to supporting us and helping us try to find funding sources. I had a conversation with John Gavaris, our county representative today, and he's going to continue those conversations about different opportunities and what we might do with the challenges we have in our community currently with regard to resources to fund it. But I think overall, correct me if I'm wrong, there's a will to get it done. No one doesn't want to do it. It's now finding the mechanics to get there, right?
Right, I would say that was correct.
I think everybody here agreed that it's something we would like to do, but beyond the funding goes the question that we brought up in our discussions. This pool is centuries old, maybe getting close to 100 years, I don't know. And, the thought that we're sending good money after bad to do that, while we have the county in the discussion, maybe we could talk about doing a new pool because, I ran the pool for a few years. It was a problem back in the 80s. And I just think we need to be cognizant of that this, no matter how much money we pump into this, unless we redo it, it's going to continue. It's a concrete pool with decades of old pipes in it, and the undercarriage of the pool house itself does not look good. So I think we need to continue that discussion.
We are, and all options are on the table.
Thank you.
That's a sense that I got from the meeting.
All right, yes. Superintendent for Business. Oh, Willie. Do you have something, Willie?
No more, sir. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Assistant Superintendent for Business, Vince Knapp.
Nothing to report tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Superintendent Kelly White.
Good evening. I just would like to remind students, staff, and the community that the Panorama School Climate Survey window opens this week. So we've sent letters home last month, just reminding people what the survey is about. And we've been doing some reminders on our social media, but we'll have a robocall and emails go out again to remind parents, students, and staff during the survey window, which is May 12th to May 26th, to take a couple of minutes and answer the survey questions. Additionally, just a reminder that the PTech open house was moved this week to May 12th. So it was supposed to be last week. It is being moved to May 12th of this week. So any eighth graders who students would like to learn more, then their parents can come in during the evening to meet with the principal of the PTech program and some of the staff in the program. And lastly, in the board packet, there are course proposals from the art department to help expand our offerings in the art department. So many of their courses are going to shift to a half-year model if these requests are approved, so that we can expose our students to different types of arts to diversify their portfolios, especially those students that are interested in exploring art post-high school. So there's a resolution to approve their new courses.
Thank you. We'll move on to personnel resolutions for this evening. 5.1, upon the recommendation of superintendent of schools, be resolved that Summer Roberts be appointed as certified substitute teacher at a rate of $150 per day work for 21-22 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 5.2, upon the recommendation of superintendent of schools, be resolved the following teachers be appointed for June Regents Review.
Move the list.
List has been moved.
Second.
Seconded. Discussion. Wayne?
So with this list now, are all of our Regents review classes covered?
I think so.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? If not, all those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Resolve the following ETA staff be approved to facilitate student activities and family workshops for the elementary family engagement night not to exceed 2 hours at a contractual rate. On the contractual rate on May 18th, 2022. What is the contractual rate? It's not in the motion.
For the teachers, I believe it's $43 an hour, and for the TA, it is $33 an hour.
Motion.
It's their hourly rate.
Hourly rate. It's an
That's our
hourly
pay.
rate.
Motion to move 5.3 and 5.4.
I think it's 40, whatever's in the back.
Second.
Motion to move 5.3 and 5.4. I would just ask the makers of the motion that we include the contractual rates in the motion.
Amenable, yes.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Upon recommendation, superintendent of schools be resolved the following P-TECH teachers, counselors be approved to work on May 12th, 2022 for open house at their hourly rate.
Move the list.
Second.
And moved and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Upon the recommendation, superintendent of schools be resolved that William Beadle be appointed as substitute security attendant at a rate of $15 per hour work for the 21-22
So moved.
school year.
Second.
Moved seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 5.7, upon the recommendation, superintendent of schools be resolved the resignation of Elizabeth Jones, cleaner, be accepted for the purposes of retirement, effective July 2nd, 2022, with regret.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Upon the recommendation, superintendent of schools be resolved that Linda Blavel be appointed as a substitute cleaner at a rate of $15 per hour work, substitute cafeteria monitor at a rate of $15 per hour work, clerical substitute at a rate of $105 per day work, and substitute teacher aide at a rate of $105 per day work for 21-22 school year.
So moved.
Been moved. Is there a second? Second. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. No, we did that.
You did?
Yeah. For the open house, we certainly did.
Okay.
5.9, upon the recommendation of superintendent of schools, be it resolved that the memorandum of agreement between the Ellenville Central School District and the ETS RPA Teachers Unit be approved as attached.
So moved.
Moved.
Second.
Second. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 5.10, upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be it resolved memorandum of agreement between the Ellenville Central School District and
So moved.
ETS, and it's been moved.
Second.
Seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 5.11, upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be resolved that Tiffany Fernandez's request for an extension for an unpaid leave of absence for child rearing be granted through June 30th, 2022.
So moved.
Move second and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 5.12. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, be resolved that Clint Rettenmeyer and Charlie Young III be appointed as substitute security attendants for the 21-22 school year at a blended overtime rate.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion. John.
So it seems like we've made some movement on our substitute issues. When we do our job fairs, do we also look for security workers? Have we had any luck with those? Because, I mean, we've just approved some employees already that'll be approved at a blended rate to do these. And I mean, that's good for them. I hope they make some extra money, but could we focus a little more on, I mean, we should be able to get security guards. So, thank
The
you.
job fairs we've opened to all positions.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Budget resolutions for this evening.
Motion move 6.1 and 6.2.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Education resolutions for this evening. 7.1, be it resolved, the attached list of student IEPs be acknowledged as appropriate. There are 18.
Move the list is presented.
Second.
Then moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 7.2, new course proposals. Resolved, the following new courses be approved as attached.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion. John.
Yeah, I think this is a brilliant move on the part of the art department and our assistant superintendent and everybody, because what this does is take half-year courses for art and makes it more available to students, a wider variety of courses, and hopefully, you know, we have some talented work in that area, and hopefully this will open up more courses to the average students. So great job. Thank you.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 7.3, Memorial Award. Resolved that the Patricia M. Henderson Memorial Award in the amount of $1,000 be established pursuant to the terms and criteria designated by the donor, and it's annual.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 7.4, Memorial Award. Resolved that the Wayne Brown Memorial Award in the amount of $100 be established pursuant to the terms and criteria designated by the donor. It's annual.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Under construction resolutions. 8.1, resolve that the change order CO-02 for an addition in the amount of $15,675 for S&O Construction Services be approved.
So moved.
Been moved and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one? Motion carries. Under other. 9.1, transportation bid. Whereas on or about March 4th, 2022, the Board of Education of the Ellenville Central School District requested transportation agreements for the following student transportation services.
So moved.
Been moved,
Second.
seconded. Discussion? John?
How is these bids from Rolling V compared to past? Obviously, fuel is up double digits, and I'm assuming we're being affected by that.
Yes. Not only affected by the fuel prices, also from some of the requirements coming down from the state on transportation with electric buses and stuff like that. We also added into the bid specs that we want cameras on the buses. So it's definitely reflected. There's been an increase. We're lucky. Rolling V has done a great job in consolidating our runs with the decline of enrollment. So even with the increase, we're staying just about a little bit over, but relatively the same same as where we've been.
Well, I think that hopefully people will understand that, our costs go up and that's reflected in increases in budgets. But I think I would like to say thank you to Rolling V because I know for years they've worked with us to keep the costs down and take care of our runs. Thank you.
I also want to just dovetail on that and tell you that we are very lucky for the most part. Our buses have, rolled without a hitch. We have had some challenges with extended day runs and consolidating some sports runs, but they're really committed to their staff and making sure that we're serviced here. We appreciate it very much.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 9.2, resolve the Board of Education adopt district-wide school safety plan, including Appendix A and Appendix F as presented.
So moved.
Moved. Second. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 9.3, resolve that the second grade class be approved to travel out of state to Space Farm, Zoo, and Museum in Sussex, New
So
Jersey.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 9.4, resolved that the Ulster County School Boards Association membership dues for the 22-23 school year be approved in the amount of $800. No increase.
So moved.
Move second. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 9.5, resolved that the 2022 summer recreation program use of space and agreement between the town of Warsing and the Ellenville Central School District and reflect up to 325 children daily be approved.
So moved.
Move seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. 9.6, resolved that the 12th grade class be approved to travel out of state to Hershey Park in Hershey, Pennsylvania on June 9th, 2022.
So moved.
Moved, seconded. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? No one. Motion carries. Next meeting is set for May 17th, 2022, following the budget vote. It will be a special meeting. It should be very quick. And then the next meeting after that will be May 24th, 2022.
The start time of that meeting after the budget vote?
It's probably around 8:30
Okay, thank you.
after everything's counted and announced. And then May 24th, mark your calendars, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved, seconded, discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? Or adjourned?